I talk, you listen. Welcome to my one-man panel of madness. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Jiahu, and this weekend has been pretty good. I know I haven't been back on doing my Dr. Jiahu's horror sci-fi rambles, but this weekend was another ComicCon at Home edition of the San Diego International Comic Con. And although it's sad that it had to be again an at-home edition, it's actually kind of nice because it's fun to be able to sit home and watch the panels stream right there on your TV, so you don't have to fight people. You don't have to deal with, the con crud, which many of us have had to deal with after a convention. But Comic-Con was always such an event to look forward to during the summer months. And I don't like summer. I hate summer. But I always look forward to July because in July there's two awesome things that happen. Usually, one is Comic-Con, and the other is July 4th because I do my annual Jaws 4th of July movie marathon. But again, this year, like last year, due to the ongoing issues with the pandemic, the Comic-Con peeps decided to do it a home again, Comic-Con at home. And it seems like they are going to do another Comic-Con later this fall, which was a bit controversial because it looks like it falls on Thanksgiving weekend. And so a lot of people might be coming meeting with family again. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about one of the important things. There were some really cool things I got to see this weekend. The new trailer for Star Trek Prodigy, which actually looks pretty good. It wasn't what I expected. The trailer for Lower Decks, and that was, as always, was a fun panel. I really have come to enjoy Lower Decks. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, Star Trek Earl Grey hot. But for me, I really enjoy it because it's a Star Trek cartoon. It's in addition to what we already have. It adds to the lore, and that's all I'm about. I always say that things add to the lore, to the mythos that is, Star Trek or Doctor Who or Star Wars. So it's never taking away from it. It's adding to it. And so great panels hosted by Jerry O'Connell, which is funny. He joked about the fact that they couldn't get Will Wheaton to be there. But yeah, those are some cool things that I wanted to check out. The Rick and Morty panel as well. One thing about Comic-Con is that even when you're at home, there's just not enough time in a day to get through all the panels that are being presented. I mean, you've got so many panels that you could live stream, and you still can, but they're usually streamed the day of or made available the day of. So today, of course, being the all-important day for me because it was the release of not just the Series 13 trailer of Doctor Who, but also a little 40-minute panel with the cast: John Bishop, Mandip Gill, Chris Chibnall, of course, the Doctor herself, Jodie Whittaker. So I've got to say that Bishop as Dan is his energy is very electric. It looks like he's going to be very hyper, maybe the comedic tone of the series, at least Series 13, because we don't know what's happening after that. But we do know that there is a Series 13. We know it's 8 episodes. And we have learned today also that it's going to be one continuous story. So it's going to be 8 episodes of one specific story. So we'll see how that works. But I didn't know much about Bishop. I don't know a lot about his stand-up comedy or anything. But I really did enjoy him in the panel. And if he's anything like this character Dan is going to be, I think he's going to be fun. He's going to be one of these kind of like fish out of water, Yaz has been with the Doctor now, even though Graham is now gone. And but even though we lost some people last season from the TARDIS team, we get this new Dan character who I think is going to be humorous. We get to see the hole; it's bigger on the inside, how he reacts to it. We also have learned today, importantly, that we have a new character, and I think that's cool. Jacob Anderson joins the 13th series, 13, of Doctor Who. So that's going to be interesting. Now, here's the thing. They build up this panel and a mystery guest, someone that's going to be on the show, and it was supposed to be this big hurrah, and so when they finally announced who it was, I have to be honest, I didn't know who in the hell they were talking about. We had to look him up because I'm like, the name wasn't very familiar. Even the face, when we saw the face, I was like, so it had that bit of a wah wah moment. I honestly was hoping it would be Joe Martin. Somehow Joe Martin was joining the cast for this season. Um, Hell, even people thought it would be River Song is coming back, Captain Jack is coming back. So it wasn't. It was kind of underwhelming at first, but when we researched who Jacob Anderson was, he was Grey Worm from Game of Thrones, looking completely different than what he did in Game of Thrones. And of course, he was also on Broadchurch. So, all right. So we'll see what this character brings to the, to the whole ball of wax. Now that we know that's going to be one long story, and they made such a big issue about this character named Vinder. The theories have already started that he's another Time Lord. I mean, the photo that they did release of him, he's got a gun. Nothing in his on his attire suggests that he is a Time Lord. Some people think he might be with the Division. Maybe he's chasing after the Doctor again, or it's that kind of storyline where they're chasing after the Doctor. But so we welcome a new actor to the Doctor Who family, and kind of interesting to see what he does, what John Bishop brings as Dan Lewis. Very interesting. So the trailer, the teaser. Okay, so I always like to say this was a teaser. Some people get annoyed because they'll say, whoa, that was a trailer. I'm going to be quite honest. I don't like trailers nowadays. I tend to avoid them. For one thing, they show you the whole movie in 2.5 minutes. And it's like, okay, well, so I'm going to go pay, $20 to go see the holes that you didn't fill in for me in the trailer. So that really does annoy me sometimes. So I usually will watch one teaser, maybe one trailer, but if it's too much, I don't, because they spoil so much. And I like to see things when I'm watching them. So when we looked at this teaser, that's exactly what it is. I did like it. I really did enjoy the teaser. I like the new sort of logo. And there's not a new logo, but having the rainbow colors behind the Doctor Who. And now here's the thing. Chris Chibnall has always stated that there are always clues in his teasers and his artwork and so forth. So like the very first season, the crystals is because the TARDIS was made of a crystal. The sonic screwdriver was made of a crystal. This one, we've already found that there's a word mystery. And apparently this takes you to a site that there is a password you have to put in there to find out more information. So there's a little mystery going on. And actually, I believe it was Jodie Whittaker who had said the word mystery. And then, of course, Chris Chibnall at one point, when they all had to say one word, he said swarm. So we don't know what's going on. We won't know probably until we get closer to the end. They did say that it's probably going to be late 2021. And here's the thing. Okay, they make it seem like, it's whenever we have it ready. Look, folks, I've worked in the industry. I've worked in the studio. And I can tell you right now, there is a date. There is a date. They don't want to give it to us. They're withholding it from us, but there is a date. There is no way that Doctor Who, being what it is today, does not have a delivery date for its affiliates. Okay, so at least here in the United States of America, where I've worked, any show that is being produced will have a delivery date. This is the day where the affiliates of people that are going to broadcast a show, whether it's Netflix, Hulu, or even on broadcast television, like in the old days, there has to be a delivery date where they're going to get that finalized copy of that episode so that they can have it ready for distribution. So people are saying, they're not working on it. They're working on it, so it's whenever they're ready. It doesn't quite work that way. It doesn't, Chris Chibnall doesn't get carte blanche to just say, we'll be ready in November. Now, unless something happens again, then, there could be a delay. But they're also working with HBO Max, and HBO Max has a show up until the 15th series, from what we've been told in leaked documents. There were some leaked documents that stated that HBO Max wants to, kind of partner up with the BBC for at least another, I guess this will be 13, 14, 15, so another 2 more series. So I don't think that they're just telling HBO Max, okay, late fall. So someone at HBO, somewhere around the world, people know the exact date that this, I'm sure BBC already knows, but they have to keep this mystery thing going. So fine. My prediction is that it's going to be possibly November. We only have 8 episodes. So that would get us through November, December, and possibly a secret episode, which they filmed, which I think is what they're doing right now. And that would be the special, because there has to be a special. I think fans would literally go march to the BBC with pitchforks and torches if we didn't get a holiday special. Okay. Now, is episode 8 that holiday special? It could be. It might start November and then make all the way through, maybe take a week off and come back and do the New Year special. Okay. So from watching the trailer, and I'm going to do a whole other show about that because I'm taking notes. There's so many things. Very prevalent, obviously, is the Doctor, the new companions. Of course, I think we see a glimpse of Jacob Anderson as Vinder for a very short time, which, of course, everybody thinks looks like Killmonger, and he does. He actually does look like Michael B. Jordan. So we're going to do another episode, another segment of Dr. Geo-Who's rambles and breaking down the trailer after I see what more is in there. Because, you know, it was like 40-some seconds or 59 seconds. I can't remember. So it went really fast. But I'm as always, excited. I'm glad we're getting some Doctor Who. It's better to have 8 episodes than no episodes. I didn't particularly like that when they did it with David Tennant, when they did the 4 episodes, the 4 specials. But we still got 4 specials, even though it wasn't a full series. So, you know, because of this whole COVID pandemic thing, we could have had less episodes. It could have been 1 special. Instead, we have 8. And I'm really looking forward to this way. You know, when you think about the episodes of Doctor Who, back in the day, the story went on for 4 or 5 episodes. Or if you look at the second Doctor, War Games, that was 10 episodes. You know, and then he regenerated at the end. So I'm kind of interested to see how this works, where you have, you know, you start off the storyline with the first episode, and then, of course, there's going to be 7 cliffhangers. So we're going to see 7 different cliffhangers that are going to, you know, and if there's anything we learned about last season is we had some pretty good ones last season. So let's see what they have in store. I was really looking forward, like I said, to having maybe more Sacha Dhawan as the Master come back and some more Joe Martin, because there was a little bit that was left at the end of the last series where we do hear the Master tell the Cybermen, come this way. So we know they escaped, and the Master always escapes. So I would hope that they would finish Sasha's story as the Master in some way. You know, Misty pretty much got 3 series, let's be honest. She was in the first series, the second, and definitely in the third series with Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor. So we'll see. This is 13th Doctor, 13 and 1. That's one code that we have if you visit this mysterious Doctor Who site, where you have to put in a code. One word that stands out is the word hidden if you read the site, and we'll talk more about that too. There's a capital D in the word hidden. So, and there's a bottom, it looks like a date or time, 13-13-1. So it's 13 hours or 13 minutes and 1 second. So who knows? Who knows? A lot of cool stuff going on. But that closes another year of ComicCon, the second year of ComicCon at home. And every year we do a little party. We do a little kind of watching some of our favorite comic book related movies. We watch some documentaries about Comic-Con. Even though we're not there physically, we're there in spirit. So thank you so much for listening to my ramble. Please subscribe if you enjoy it. And if you don't, still subscribe because it's cool. You know I'm cool. Anyways, we'll be back with more stuff from the world of Doctor Who. So until next time.